Doris Burke here at the table. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. This their first look at this year's Washington squad. Last season, they split the series with each team able to win on the road.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their two meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
Hits the three-point bomb. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes. Now Russell. Outside, Porzingis. The three. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. First quarter, just over a minute played. Up top, Russell. Stolen by Mitchell. And here we go with Toppin running it up the court. Oubre with the steal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Outside, Russell. Drops in the layup for two.
Oh, man, how good is he at turning on the Jets and getting to that next level? D'Angelo Russell, fearless, driving on the interior.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. And the three ball is good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for. Draining the triple.
To the paint. And so Washington again turning it over. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for the Houston Rockets. Trailing by two. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Deep two from Russell. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
See, Porzingis should score the basketball, but he also recognizes when his teammates have a clean look. I love that unselfishness.
Now, here's Mitchell. Here's Jones. And Covington sends it back. But they recover it. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. George.
Well, you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Here's Hield. Launches a three. Sinks the three-pointer.
And that is what Hield does. This guy is a gunner. He loves pulling the trigger from deep. Buddy Hield, the consummate gym rat. Growing up in the Bahamas, he built his own rim with a milk crate and would shoot all night. His neighbors got so tired of yelling at him to keep it down. He sprinkled broken glass under the rim to get him to move the hoop.
Back to Porzingis. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Greg, they said Hield would wait until his mom fell asleep and then sneak out to play basketball. And when she came looking for him, he'd take off running.
Yeah, he preferred to catch that discipline at home more so than in public. But growing up in the 8 Mile Rock, a tough neighborhood, his mom rightfully very protective.
Now, here's Mitchell. Pass to Toppin. Over Porzingis. Toppin can't get it to go. Wizards leading by 6. On the wing, Jackson. Out to the wing. Now Porzingis. Robinson with the block.
Well, no easy buckets with Mitchell Robinson in the vicinity. Sends that back with authority.
We've got 1:48 left in the first. Houston shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
So he gets them both.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
The drive by Jackson, and it goes down 2 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are three guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. This is his first free throw of the game.
In last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Got that one up quick.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over. Nice.
Well, why did Donovan Mitchell win the dunk contest? Case in point right there.
Pass to Silva. Back to Jackson. Stolen by Mitchell. And it's the Rockets on the break. The shot by George, wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
Outside Jackson. Just 4 to shoot. Washington needs to get a shot off here. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Mitchell. Oh!
Boy, how about the blinding speed in transition? Donovan Mitchell, ferocious attacking in the open floor.
Here's Caruso. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for the Houston Rockets. He comes away with 11 points in the... And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
It's stolen by Rose. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Washington calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And so it's Houston with it. Now here's Rose. To the inside. Banked in off the glass. Bridges got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets. And as he gets older, we've seen Derrick Rose coming out of his shell a bit more. Early in his career, he was wary of strangers and the media. Normally, he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
Well, no doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
Here's Milton. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. And it's a 6-point Houston lead.
Another turnover there leading to a basket.
And growing up, Derrick Rose protected by his family from the dangers of Chicago. Then, Greg, after starring at the University of Memphis, he was drafted by his hometown Bulls.
Anointed a savior from day one. You talk about a life under the microscope. Sports writers picking him apart, rabid fans wanting a piece. In a lot of ways, it's probably better for him not playing in Chicago.
For Washington, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Offensive rebound. Here's Russell. Oubre outside. Shot clock at 5. Porzingis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
It's a solid blueprint.
Yeah, and KP, he's not shy about creating some contact there. He might have a slender frame, but he is not afraid.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And every year, it seems to me, Kristaps Porzingis willing to take on more and more responsibility. There is a process to becoming a better leader, and Kristaps Porzingis is right in the middle of it.
Go into the rack with energy and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Milton in the corner. Oubre pulls it in.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Pass to Bridges. Fires from the wing. Count it. Bridges got 8 here in the quarter.
But you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Endorse Mikal Bridges. How about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons at Villanova? Got better each and every year.
And think about in his junior season, he becomes one of only 8 major conference players in college basketball history to average 1 block and 1.5 steals while also shooting over 40% from 3-point range. Boy, that is the perfect resume for a 3-and-D wing.
2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. There's 1:40 left to play in the first half. Pass to Gasol. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. So it's the Rockets now. 3-point lead. Rose looking around. Milton with it. Harrison in the corner. Pass to Valanciunas. Just 5 on the clock. Houston needs to get a shot. 13 feet away. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Wizards trail by 3. It's Jackson with the drive. Gasol wide open. He fires. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And I really like to see Gasol go up with the shot immediately after getting the pass. Shows how much confidence he has in himself.
To the right side. Here's Harrison. That's in, and he's found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Here's Jackson. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Rockets leading by 3. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Yeah, no lack of confidence in Mikal Bridges. This guy believes he can make shots.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Outside Gasol. Over Valanciunas. And he overshot that one, missing.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
There's 10 seconds left in the first half. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way. 5 seconds left in the first half. Here's Russell. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Houston on top. They're up by 5. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And it's good, 2 points. Porzingis has got 13.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair. Russell feeling it out a bit. Makes it off the glass. 9 points in the game so far.
Well, you like to see D'Angelo Russell work his way to the inside. Proves he has some touch in the paint.
Bridges shot. Good.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Back to Bridges. Covington with the steal. For the lead. And that's 2 points on the layup. And the Wizards lead by 1.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes. And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use.
Here's Bridges. Oubre with the steal. Here's Hield. And then Hield with the dunk.
Excellent recognition from Kelly Oubre right there. So solid, sensing when one of his guys is open.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And Covington maybe not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player. Can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside.
Mitchell outside. It's George on the wing. To get open is Robinson. And that one's good. George has got 8 points.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Here's Mitchell, and it's sent back by Russell. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Oubre.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And he launches it from deep. Nice ball movement by Washington. Porzingis can't hit. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. And finish off by Robinson.
Guys, he's such a big target. On the alley-oop, throw it up. Mr. Robinson, the only one in the building who can catch it and finish.
Russell. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Back to Robinson. Jones trying to get open. Robinson, that's good. Now it's a 3-point Houston lead.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
You can understand both of them.
Yes.
Washington calls timeout.
Start it.
So for the Wizards. Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Russell left side. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Russell's got 13. Houston in the lead. Mitchell outside.
We know this about Donovan Mitchell. This guy shows no fear even inside. Draws the foul there.
Houston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And Mitchell drops them both. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Right side, Russell. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Porzingis has got it all tied up now for the Wizards. Mitchell outside. Popped up there for Robinson. That one doesn't drop.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Mitchell outside. Outside for George. Outside, Jones. Lock at 6. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Toppin's got his first 2 points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
And those second chance points can add up. .106 left in the third quarter. Mitchell with it. 15 points in the game. It's George on the wing. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 10 points in the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Yes, and the foul. It's going to be on Donovan Mitchell.
Well, this guy flat out carrying the load for them offensively. He is taking and making good shots. What a terrific job.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Pass to Toppin. Porzingis with the block.
This guy showing great potential as a rim protector. Porzingis is quick to block shots anywhere, anytime.
The Rockets trade. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Jones. And here's George for 3. Drains the three-pointer. George has got 7 points here in this quarter. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire. And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
And as we finish the third, we've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And George Rose, who brings the ball up for the Rockets. And it's sent back by Russell.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
Here's Valanciunas. Slam home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It's on Porzingis.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
And the first one drops.
Well, D'Angelo Russell is a dynamic scorer in the NBA. He's got a unique skill set at the position. The key is he's got to continue to grow as a decision maker.
Outside Rose. And Valanciunas now atop the key. Top of the key jumper, no good. And here's the break. Ahead. Out to Russell. Nice ball movement by Washington. And here is Ingles. Gasol. Knocked loose. Bridges with the steal. Pass to Milton. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Free throw good, Milton.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Pass to Gasol. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Here's Ingles. And Valanciunas pulls it down.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Bridges shot, good.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Washington calls timeout. We've seen Mikal Bridges really having a great game.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
For the Wizards. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thanks, David. And the dunk by Porzingis.
It hasn't mattered the scheme or the defender. Kristaps Porzingis is simply cooking right now.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the block. Now Oubre. Here's the floater. Here's Covington. Here's Russell. And the layup's good off the glass. Russell's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty fast.
And he's good on the 3 ball. And the Rockets lead by 2.
All quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Russell. Rose can't hit. Now the Wizards with it. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game to start a 3-game homestand with that game.
We are talking about a gifted athlete when we are talking about Kelly Oubre Jr. He takes pleasure in getting the defense to commit to him.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Mitchell looking it over. Porzingis with the block. And now here's Oubre. Fast break chance. Count it and the foul. It's going to be on Obi Toppin.
And what a half for this offense. If they can stay this high, a great chance to extend this lead.
Kelly Oubre Jr. entered this league as a dynamic athlete, excellent in the open floor, but give this young man credit. He's worked hard to develop the perimeter game that's absolutely critical to success. Wow, Donovan Mitchell simply fearless when his team is in need.
Down low. And then Mitchell with the dunk. And guys, here in the fourth quarter, still a close game.
Instant classic, fellas. This one could come right down to the last shot.
Inside. Outside, Porzingis. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. On defense, Houston. It's a one-point game. 6 to shoot. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Wow, Porzingis, no hesitation in the balance of the game. He delivers.
And so here is Houston. And Donovan Mitchell again. Mitchell's got 6 in the quarter.
Man, that's about Coach defense. I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And oh, he rips it and jams it right over Porzingis. What?
Boy, if he's got momentum, you better step back. Donovan Mitchell on his way to the cup.
Washington calls timeout. They trailed by 3. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Outside, Russell. To Porzingis. Unloads. The shot. No good. And Houston the other way. Jones tries in. And he goes right over to Angelo Russell and slams it down.
Paul George will force you to stay balanced defensively because if you have a miscue, he will find the open guy.
And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And you never know, that technical may just springboard them. I mean, especially if they can add a few more points here on this possession.
Well, Russell is just absolutely fearless. He'll be the hero or the GOAT in that instance. Yes, sir, hero.
Mitchell outside. Porzingis with the rebound. And here we go. Washington fast break. Pass to Oubre. No good that time. Good work defensively by Jones. Oh, and the dunk by Mitchell.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's Covington. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Robert Covington, calm, cool, and collected.
And George, here we go. It drops.
You can see Paul George is locked in right now. Big-time shots demonstrate his elite level in the NBA.
And looking for a very quick shot here.
You've got to run a play that's a quick strike. You've got to immediately foul after that.
For three, Oubre. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And he commits the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
They need a quick basket here.
Well, preferably a 3, right? If there's a clean look, take it.
Healed way outside. And another miss by Washington. So Houston wins it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony.